Hi everyone, my name is Erin and I am the section leader in charge of the area around the visitor center, which I am standing in front of now. And part of my job is to have seasonal displays in all of these containers around the visitor center. And so today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my kind of thoughts behind my design process of these spring containers this year. Okay, so in the springtime, I normally source my plants for these containers from a wholesale nursery, and they release their availabilities on Friday afternoons, and we basically try to place an order as soon as possible to make sure that we get the plants that we want. So I go through their Excel sheets. They have a perennial one and an annual one, and I go through those, and basically each plant has a comment about what it's looking like at the nursery. And so I am looking for plants that have really good comments like retail ready or blooming or wow, because I know that those plants will look good as soon as I put them in my containers. So that kind of helps me narrow down, because sometimes all of the options for spring containers could be a little bit overwhelming. So that helps me narrow it down, and then I go from that list, pick a couple plants to start with my color scheme, and then kind of build off of that. Okay, so for me in these spring containers, it is this Juncus blue arrows that gives me those narrow vertical leaves and kind of that vertical element that I was looking for in my thriller plant. And so once I have that chosen, then it's time to choose my color scheme. So I stumbled upon this, or I found that this Erysimum right here, this Erysimum winter party, also known as wallflower, was looking really, really good in the availability. It was blooming, and I knew that it would look good as soon as I put it into my containers. So that is kind of what I based my color scheme off of for this year's spring pots. So I loved how it had little bits of yellow, little bits of pink and purple, that multicolor, and then I knew that I could find enough other solid color or other plants that came in many different colors to kind of fill in this color scheme. Okay, so next, I knew I wanted some pink and maybe a little bit of purple and then some kind of the yellow or orange to go along with this Erysimum. So my next plant that you see here is Ranunculus, sprinkles pink. So you can see it has huge flowers and it also has all these tiny little buds that will be opening soon. So it's going to be very floriferous for quite a while, which I'm pretty excited about. It's looking pretty fabulous. Those flowers are just massive. And so that kind of got me my pink, and then I also wanted to get some of that purple and the yellow in there, and really can't go wrong with pansies. I know they're very common, but they're just so cute, and they got me that nice bright spikes of the yellow orange, and then also the purple in here. And these purple guys will actually start to spill over once they fill in and have been in here a little bit longer. And then, so that's for the big container. And then now I have two supporting containers. So with these guys, I want to use some of the same elements. You can see the Juncus is in both of these, same thing that's in the large one. And I also have this, that main focus Erysimum that kind of gives me that multicolor and that brightness. And so with these guys, instead of using the Ranunculus, I use this little flower here. It's called Bellis. And this one is actually a perennial. Really, really cute little yellow centers, as you can see there. Very nice. And then my other plant in here is the pink forget-me-nots right here. Myosotis is the genus, and this cultivar is Victoria Pink. Again, getting me those pink elements, and then I have the same orange pansies in here about to open up as I did in these large pots. So I want these two little ones to kind of be supporting, to coordinate, but also have a couple different elements. All right, so that's all I have for this brief little session about how I design these containers. And I just want to say, because we do have a lot of resources as an arboretum from like ordering from those wholesale nurseries, as a homeowner or as a smaller gardener, you could kind of employ the same kind of tactic that I did, is where instead of like me looking at the availability sheets and going off of their comments about what looks nice, you can always just go into the garden center and really like pick a plant that sticks out to you and you know would be in a good in a spring container, and then kind of go from there. That's generally what helps me a lot in choosing the spring, because there's so many options sometimes. And so sometimes it's good to just pick your favorite and then kind of build off of that with color scheme. And again, important to take into account variation in color and texture, and then kind of try to stick to that thriller plant in the middle, filler plants around, and spilling plants over the edges. Everybody stay healthy. Bye.